Good morning and happy Monday, and welcome to the webinar. Thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Sarah Lucas, and I am a broker advisor here at Cornerstone. I'm joined today by Humana and Medical Mutual to discuss their 2022 product offerings and fourth quarter updates. But before we get started, I have to cover a little housekeeping. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, be sure to leave them in the chat box on your GoToWebinar dashboard. We will then answer them at the end of each session. My contact information is on the screen if you would like to get in contact with me or my colleague, Kyle Wolf. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We post industry and Cornerstone updates and information. Go to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube to give us a follow. Cornerstone's agency services program got a bit of a facelift this year. As a Cornerstone broker, you have access to a myriad of services that can help you with the business outside of your scope and planning for the future. The Agency Services Program, or ASP, is designed to help you make a plan for your business, your clients, and your family, no matter the situation. Among the services provided in ASP are the Autopilot Client Referral Program, Parachute Succession Planning, Flight Plan Retirement Assistance, and Co-Pilot Service Agreements. Contact your Cornerstone representative today for details. If you haven't already heard, Cornerstone's recently partnered with EB3, an online benefit booklet builder that is fully customizable and specifically designed with employee benefits brokers in mind. As a Cornerstone broker, you have exclusive access to this product. Contact your Cornerstone representative for details or visit our website at crnstone.com/EB3. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first guest, Humana.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Let me go ahead and pull this up. Are you able to see my screen okay?
Yes.
The Humana presentation? All right. I did it right.
Well, it looks like we're still seeing your GoToWebinar screen.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me try this again. Let me see if I can get this.
Oh, we can see it now.
All right. It was kind of reversed the screen names. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Now that it's definitely a Monday, I'm trying to share my screen. I am Leslie Eisler with Humana, and I'm happy to be here with you this morning to go over some Humana updates. I know we're getting ready to hit the busy season if you haven't already, and just wanted to have a few reminders, give you some updates on our team. So we have some new leadership within Humana. We're very excited to introduce them via this PowerPoint to you. Some changes to our level funded products, review of on hand, which we offer via level funded premium or fully insured. Talk about some association and bundling discounts, Humana ancillary lines, and some deadlines for 1/1 and COVID resources. So I'll go ahead and get started. Your Humana sales team who works with Cornerstone, I am Leslie Eisler, and I am an agency relationship manager. I work with Tyson Brown, who is your inside sales executive. Tyson works on business, new business with 2 to 99 employees. And then Casey Badura is your retention executive. So he works on renewals for employers with under 100 enrolled employees. So we haven't changed. The changes are on the right-hand side. So Jordan Swanson, he, as of a few months ago, is the Ohio, Northern Kentucky, or Kentucky, I should say, and Indiana market president. Jordan's been with the company, I think it's 15 years. He most recently was located in Kansas City and is now located in Louisville. And Jordan is super smart, he will be great for our market. Susan Robin, she hasn't changed. She's the Director of Client Management. And then new to the team, the Director of 2 to 99 Sales is Jolie Berge. And she came to us from Anthem. So let's go ahead and get started. We have made some changes to our level funded options, and we'll go through a bit of the changes, but just wanted to review the 2019 level funded premium generation and the plans that are available within level funded premium. So we have our traditional copay plans. Copays for most services, does have a deductible and coinsurance on plans. It's a good fit for those who go to the doctor frequently, families with small children, people who want to have maybe a little bit more taken out of their paycheck, but to know that they'll have copays for particular services when they use them. We have Simplicity. Simplicity is a plan that has copays for services, and that's it. So there would be, an ambulance copay, an emergency room copay, office visit copays, pharmacies, no deductible and no coinsurance, just the copays. Canopy, it's not considered a high deductible health plan because there are some copays associated with some services, but not all services. So Canopy is higher deductibles for people who maybe have minimal healthcare needs. They still want to have preventive services, but not using the plan a whole lot. We have embedded high deductible health plans. I'm sure you all are familiar with those and how those work. Efficiency is another word for a coinsurance plan. So with the efficiency plan, it is not HSA compatible in the fact that it does have first dollar coverage for pharmacy. So it does have copays associated with pharmacy, but everything else is deductible and coinsurance on our efficiency plans. And then on hand, and we'll go a little bit more into on hand, but this is for people who maybe don't have a relationship or prefer not to have a personal in-person relationship with a primary care physician. This isn't going to fit everyone, but there are definitely a grouping of people that this product is great for, and it's through Doctor on Demand. We've added some plans to our level funded product portfolio going into 2021. These are available currently today. So we can quote today for a 9/1 effective date. We've added 4 Simplicity plans, 19 Canopy plans, 2 copay plans, 3 high deductible health plans, and then 3 on hand plans. And I just quickly wanted to go into this summary. And if you don't have this, we can get this to you. But this is a great summary that shows you the level funded premium plans that are available effective 9/1. And I won't go through everything, but just wanted to show you Simplicity and the options that we have available within Simplicity. And keep in mind, these are available with the Humana Choice Care Network, the HMO Network, or the NPOS network. And the NPOS, the National Point of Service Network, is the network that we're going to quote most frequently. But keep in mind that we do have various networks these plans are available on. I scroll through here, you can see the 25 different copay options. So again, we've added options to make sure that there are plans that will fit your client needs. The Canopy plans, as I stated, the Canopy plans, they have a higher deductible and they have copays for certain services, such as you can see here, primary care and specialists. Doctor on Demand is not a copay at all on this plan. Retail clinics, urgent care. So if you go to a little clinic or if you go to an urgent care facility, there are pharmacy copays, but other services, including the emergency room, would be the deductible and coinsurance. So keep in mind that many of the services are deductible and coinsurance besides the ones listed here. And there are just a few more plans there. The efficiency, as I stated, these are plans that are specifically deductible and coinsurance with the exception of the pharmacy benefit, which you can see RX5 listed there. High deductible health plans. We have one aggregate high deductible health plan that is available. As you can see, it's 100% $2,500 deductible, and then the embedded options are listed. And then On Hand, which is our virtual health plan through Doctor on Demand, we have added a couple of plans here. So if you look at plan 4, 5, and 6, what we've done here is we've actually added on these plans copays if somebody does need to see an in-person primary care or specialist or go to a retail clinic. So this is brand new for the plans that are available 9-1 within the level funded premium chassis, where you can actually pick 3 plans, 3 different options where somebody can have a copay if they do need to see an in-person specialist or primary care physician. So that's a little bit different with these plans. Then we talked about the network. The network that we sell the most is the National Point of Service Network, which is that second one. But there are different network options available. So for those who aren't familiar with HMOX, HMOX is an in-network only HMO network, which focuses on St. Elizabeth, Tri-Health, Premier in Dayton, and Cincinnati Children's. And then this summary also has some of the different mandates that are listed, some of the rules with level funded premium, talks about the New York surcharge also. Okay, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, skipped a couple slides. On Hand. So just a reminder that On Hand, and there is a comparison that I'll be showing you, is available via level funded premium, or it is also available for non-community rated groups. So groups that would have 51 or more on payroll. That's something we just started offering this summer. Also have access to On Hand. On Hand has unlimited doctor on demand visits. So members can see a primary care physician at no cost to the member. On Hand has immediate access to Doctor on Demand. The app has immediate access to actually hooking up with a doctor and making an appointment. There's authorization, utilization details, cost transparency tools. If there's a spending account, that can be viewed on the app. A personal care kit is shipped directly to members who enroll on Hand. There's not an additional fee for that. And that kit contains a thermometer, a blood pressure cup, and a device for monitoring oxygen. So when somebody has their visit with their doctor on demand physician, they're going to ask them what is their temperature, what is their blood pressure, their oxygen level. Those are things that if you went to your primary care physician, they would check as soon as you went into the office. So that's no different with the doctor on demand physician. There are labs and prescriptions available, many of them for only a $5 copay. So the prescriptions are $5 for level 1 and 2, and then the other levels are deductible and coinsurance. But there are many, many drugs, and those are readily available if you need the list of labs, tests, and prescription drugs in those levels. There is a concierge service via Doctor on Demand. So if you have a member that needs to see a specialist in the area, so they've had their visit with their Doctor on Demand physician, maybe the Doctor on Demand physician says, I think you need to go see, you're having gallbladder issues and you need to go see a surgeon. That concierge service can actually look up participating surgeons in the network, reach out to that office, and help the member schedule an appointment to see the in-person physician. And that's something where even though our traditional plans have Doctor on Demand available without a copay, generally that's for urgent needs. On Hand, it's actually to develop that relationship with that primary care physician. And with traditional plans, you don't get this concierge service. In-person preventive care is covered in full, so there are things that you need to see an in-network in-person physician for, such as mammograms, pap smears, prostate screenings, anything that is considered preventive care, children's well care, that's all covered in full if you see a physician that's local. There's the ability to add a flexible spending account or an HRA to these plans, and there's a range of maximum out-of-pocket options for members to choose from. This is a comparison of the different options that are available. So the first option, you can see NCR, which is non-community rated groups. You can see the main differences, the maximum out-of-pockets that are available. So for 51 to 100, there's 3 different options. If the group is 100 plus, there are 15 different out-of-pocket options. You can see the different levels, coinsurance levels, RX5. But the one thing that I want to point out is if you go down to Go 365 EAP and clinical programs, as you can see for fully insured, non-community rated groups, Go 365 EAP and clinical programs are included. Over in the middle, under level funded premium, again, you can see the options, coinsurance levels, etc. But the main thing I want to point out is if you go down to the Go 365 clinical EAP section, those are excluded from level funded premium on hand product plans. And then ASO, I'm not going to go over that, but I just wanted to make sure that you know that Go 365 for level funded premium on hand groups is excluded. All right, jumping right into Northern Kentucky Association groups. So we have a partnership with the Northern Kentucky Chamber. Groups must be domiciled in Kentucky, and actually we have, it's in the whole state of Kentucky, so the Lexington Chamber and the Louisville Chamber also have chamber plans available. Target market is 2 to 99 eligible groups. We see that most of the groups that go into it, the chamber plans are community rated groups, and they're looking for the ability to get out of the community rated space. Right now in Northern Kentucky, mining, construction, manufacturing subgroup and services are currently open. We would like to get wholesale and retail trade and finance, insurance, and real estate, but we do need at least 2 groups with 51 subscribers in that. So if you have a couple groups that are interested, we'd be more than happy to chat with you about getting those categories open. In the meantime, we do have Northern Kentucky groups that have joined the Louisville or Lexington Chamber under those categories, so that's possible. Something that's not in here is the commission on all these plans is 4%. I know that's an important detail. It doesn't work like the normal small groups where it's a PEPM, but it's actually 4% flat commission. There are membership fees that apply, and each group has to have at least a 12-month contract. So groups that we would write for 1/1 of 22 would actually renew in June of 23. So keep that in mind. They would pay chamber fees, and then there also is a medical association fee. If the group is new to the chamber, they will get billed for both of those right away. If the group is a current chamber member and they join the Northern Kentucky Association Medical Plan 1/1, both bills will actually come when their chamber dues are up. So they'll send those together. Again, all of the renewals are June. So a group that would join 1/1 of 22 would be a 6/1 of 23 renewal and would be 6/1 going forward. These plans are filed as large group plans. So keep in mind that COBRA, any type of reporting, the group would be responsible for anything that's considered large group in that segment. The Go 365 discount, which we will go over a little bit later, does follow the large group Go 365 discount. And again, we'll go over that. And the waiting period, which cannot be changed, is first of the month following 60 days for all Kentucky Association groups. So discounts, just be aware, I won't go over everything here. I will send this presentation to Cornerstone to distribute, but there are discounts available for the Ohio Cincinnati Regional Chamber, so the Greater Cincinnati Chamber of Commerce, does have discounts that are available. Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, even if they don't have medical with Humana, there are discounts that are available on the dental, vision, and basic life. And then there's also bundling discounts that are available. If you have a group that is taking medical and they're bundling dental, vision, life, there's discounts are available, or if dental is the main product, there are also discounts that are available for bundling. Go365 is one of the ways that level-funded premium groups, again, besides On Hand, because On Hand does not have Go365 within the level-funded chassis, but all other level-funded premium groups or fully insured groups can get a discount. And if you think about community-rated groups, those are filed rates. There really aren't ways for community-rated groups to save money, except for the Go365 discount. So small group discounts that are available when a member hits silver status within Go365, and if you're not familiar with Go365, starts out at blue, then it goes to bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So when a member or their family, whatever tier they're on, hits silver status, a 7% discount is assessed on the bill. It'll actually be a wellness credit at the bottom of the bill. So if there's a group, you have a group of 5 people, and the Eisler family hits silver status, once it hits Go365 on the next billing cycle, it's going to show up on the bottom of the bill as a wellness incentive discount. You or the employer can actually go out to the portal and pull an engagement report and view who has attained that discount. So that report is always updated, and you can see what status each employee is. Once somebody hits gold status, that discount goes to 15%. The employer can do what they want with that money. It's really up to them. We have some employers who will share all of the discount. We have some employers that will share part of the discount, and others would keep that discount because the members are getting gift cards along the way in merchandise once they hit different statuses. The large group discount, and again, this is how the chamber, Kentucky Chamber works. It's at renewal where we take a look. So we look at their engagement the 9th month before the renewal, and we calculate aggregately how many people have hit silver status or better within Go365 and how many people have hit gold status or better. And you can see a chart here. If 10% to 19.9% of the population hit silver status, that's a 1% discount, up to 4% if they have 40% or more within silver status. Then we look at gold status and what percentage of the population has hit gold status or better, and we will assess, again, a discount based on that. And the group can get up to 8% per year, and that's a maximum of 10% in the lifetime. There are many, many YouTube Go365 videos that are available. So there is a link that will be in this presentation. There's a full demo walkthrough. What is Go365 is probably the best one that you could show at an open enrollment meeting, and it's just a couple-minute video that goes through the program. We also have Araceli Castillo, and she is available to help with engagement within groups. She's the inside sales professional for small group. Keep in mind, if an employer has 10 or more participants who would like to do a biometric screening, Araceli can set that up, and as long as there's 10 participants, there is no charge for that. Quickly, and many of you have possibly seen this slide before, but I just wanted to reiterate some of the advantages of Humana Dental. Few things that we have in our plan that are different than a lot of carriers is 47% of Americans have periodontal disease. I always use my husband on the next slide as an example. He does, and he has to get 4 perio cleanings per year. And Humana covers all 4 of those perio cleanings. We also cover 3 routine cleanings. Not that somebody's going to get 7, but sometimes once you are diagnosed with periodontal disease, the dentist will always bill those as periodontal cleanings. So it's good that 4 are covered. Again, we cover the 4. We cover the 3 routine cleanings. The extended annual maximum. So Humana has 30% coinsurance that we will pay even after a member has hit their annual maximum on their plan. And there are many things that can take somebody over their $1,000 or their $1,500 annual maximum. And I have an example that we'll go through. We have an unlimited maximum plan, which as long as you have 10 enrolled, you can do a dual choice. We determine employer-sponsored versus voluntary by looking at participation and not employer contribution. So in many situations, the employer may not be able to afford to contribute to the dental plan, but they have really good participation. And that's what we're going to look at when we determine whether it's an employer-sponsored or a voluntary plan. And this last one I'm very excited about because I've been asking for it for Cornerstone for a long time. Hot off the press, we just found out about it last week. For new business effective 11/1, dental waiting periods for employer-sponsored dental with 5 or more eligible employees will be waived. So it really comes into play if it's a virgin group who does not have prior coverage. We will no longer, on an employer-sponsored 5 or more eligible plan, assess waiting periods. So I'm really happy about that. This is an example of how you can be consulted for your groups and think about dental a little bit different. So Jim has periodontal disease and requires 4 periodontal cleanings per year. In addition, Jim requires gum grafting surgery in each of his 4 quadrants. And this is just an example of one of the periodontal grafting surgeries, and they really are $4,000. So if you look at the left-hand side, this is a carrier, just any carrier, not Humana, with a 180/50 plan, $50 deductible, $1,500 annual maximum. And we're assuming the deductible has been met for easy math. So one gum grafting surgery is $4,000. 4 perio cleanings during the year, $500, and annual x-rays, $100. So under this plan, it has a $1,500 annual max, but once they have that surgery, Jim has hit his annual maximum. That leaves $2,500 for him to pay. He then has his perio cleanings and his x-rays, $500, which would not be covered because he's already hit his max, and the x-rays would not be covered because he's hit his max. So his out-of-pocket with carrier X is $3,100. Now we're going to look at the plan on the right, the Humana plan. Again, it's a 180/50 plan with a $50 deductible. But we're saving premium by only showing a $1,000 annual maximum. So the other plan had $1,500. This plan is a $1,000 annual max. But all of our plans have extended annual maximum, which is a standard benefit. And we've added the waive preventive service rider to this, which is not very expensive. I think 50 cents, 75 cents, something like that. And so we've added that. So we're saving premium dollars, but yet I'm going to show you how the benefit is a better benefit. So again, he has the gum grafting surgery, the 4 perio cleanings, and the annual x-rays. And if you look at the cost summary here, so the surgery is $4,000, he hits his annual max. With that 30% benefit with the extended annual maximum, Humana is now going to pay an additional $900 even though he's hit his maximum. That leaves $2,100 out of his pocket. We add the waive preventive service rider, which covers any preventive procedures that would be done during the year. So his perio cleanings and his x-rays are covered at 100%. So in this situation, Jim's out-of-pocket is $2,100. Again, we've saved premium. So this is where you look consultative with your employer groups. You're saving them premium, but yet you're giving their employees a better benefit. Humana Vision. So we like to focus on well-being on all of our products, and we do cover a retinal image up to $39. Why should people get a retinal image? A retinal image is, if you had never had one, it's actually where you put your eye up against the screen and they take a picture of your eyeball. And the doctor, my optometrist, will put it on the screen and go over, what she sees within that. They can see, tell if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, possibly by what's going on in your eye, tumor behind your eye. I get these done every year, and I actually, back a couple years ago, had a little spot in my eye that was concerning. They ended up dilating my eye, and it was something called drusen, which are just calcium deposits in your eye. But the optometrist was very glad that I had had a retinal image year over year, because now they use those to compare to see if it changes. Of course, they're going to dilate your eye, look in your eye. That's the best thing to do, but they can't always tell if there are changes year over year. And with a retinal image, they can. So we cover retinal imaging up to $39. There is a rider where you can get it covered at any cost, but I know I go to Wing Eye Care, which is now, I think, my eye doctor or Mr. Eye Doctor, and they charge $35. So it's more than enough to pay for mine. Diabetics receive additional care on Humana plans. For ASO groups or groups that may have an exam built into their medical plan, we do have material-only plans. We have fixed costs for most lens upgrades, so premium, progressive, and anti-reflective coatings. As you get older, you probably may need both of these. I know my glasses have both of these on there, and there is just a copay for what I have on mine. I didn't have to pay 20% or just get a discount. I actually had copays for those. The network with our vision plans is Humana Insight Network, and there are thousands of retail chains, but we also have thousands of independent optometrists nationwide that participate in the plan. And 2-year rates are standard on our vision. All right, now we're going to go into new business quoting requirements. So this is a high-level list of what we need, and in red you can see right there, because we do sometimes still get apps, but no applications, individual apps, are required for groups with 10 or more enrolled in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. So again, we do not need applications if the group has 10 or more enrolled. For those under 10, we do still need Form Fire or whatever means you use to have those applications completed. You do need the group demographic information, a dependent level census in Excel with first, last name, date of birth, home zip code, gender, and work zip code. We want the SIC code of the group. We do need the renewal. So in order to underwrite a group, we need the renewal, payroll eligible, and enrolled counts. In Kentucky, if the group has 51 or more on payroll, then we do need the risk assessment form completed. Again, that is only in Kentucky. Current rates. It is important, and a lot of times this is not on the information we receive, to know if it's a single site or a multi-location, because that can make a difference in the rating. And then the plan designs that are available. So for new business, these are some quoting deadline, or when we'll start quoting. August 12th for November groups. We will quote September 12th for 12/1s, and then fingers crossed, pending DOI approval, and we'll make sure we let everyone know October 12th for 1/1 start dates. And again, that depends on when all the plans, we've had the filings in for a while, but as soon as those are approved, then we'll be able to start quoting the 1/1 dates. And then the 12/1 renewals, they'll be released approximately September 17th, generally around the same time each month. And 1/1 renewals should be released the week of October 18th. A lot on this screen. Basically, the sooner you get a group to us, the better, especially during busy season. But medical submissions, we will take new business the 5th calendar day of the month of the effective date. Keep in mind, if you send us stuff on 1/4 for a 1/1 effective date, it will probably be a while before they get their group number and their ID cards. Ancillary submissions, the same. Kentucky Association, we do want that business submitted the 10th of the calendar month prior to the effective date. So, keep in mind for those 1/1s, we will want to see that paperwork by December 10th. And then there's some existing business deadlines that are listed that you can see. Installation timelines, and your Cornerstone partners do a great job. I know that you've launched my group and do a great job of submitting cases quickly, but they can't submit them until you get paperwork to them. So keep in mind that plan ads changes, those during peak season, take about 10 to 12 days. Group level correspondence, so if they need to change something, waiting periods, those type of things, that group level correspondence is approximately 10 to 12 days during the busy season. If you go and make a plan change on the Employee Benefit Center, 5 to 7 days, and then level funded groups, if you send us the paperwork in, using the list enrollment and the Adobe sign, that's about 12 to 15 days. But launch my group, again, which I know is generally how your Cornerstone partners do this, is 2 to 4 business days. So the launch my group is definitely the preferred method for enrolling. So let's talk about money. We have a lot of bonuses going on right now. We have a couple special ones. So first I want to draw your attention to the 2 on the bottom of the screen. On the left-hand side, these are just special ones, September 1st through December 1st. So sell new Humana medical group coverage to a 51 to 99 eligible size group and enrolled. So you have to have 51 to 99 eligible and at least 51 enrolled. And that will earn $1,000 for each case. And then over to the right of that, on hand. So we talked a lot about on hand, which is available through level funded premium, or if the group is non-community rated. Again, this is September 1st through December 1st, and you can earn $200 for each subscriber enrolled on an on-hand plan. So those are a couple of great special bonuses. And then up at the top left, bundling bonuses, August 1st through December 31st, 5 to 9 size groups. If you write dental and vision, $500 bonus. Dental, vision, and life is $1,000. And then if the group is 100 or more, you can get $1,000 bonus for dental and vision. And then there is also level funded premium cases, August 1st through December 31st. 3 to 4 cases is a $5,000 bonus. 5 to 9, $10,000, and you can see the rest. So those are some great bonuses that are currently available. I haven't heard anything yet for the 1/1 bonuses. We usually hear that September, October. So make sure you are informed of any new bonuses that we would have come out. COVID-19, I was hoping that we could get rid of this slide, but doesn't seem to be the case yet. And there will be links in this presentation, but we do have resources, frequently asked questions, different resources as far as, workplace vaccinations, our market support team. We actually have a COVID-19 mailbox. So the last bullet point, you can contact us via phone if you have COVID-19 questions, or you can actually email the COVID-19 questions at humana.com if you have questions. We don't have, when the pandemic first started, we had special things with out-of-pocket maximums, and those have all gone back to the standard plan. So none of those are in place anymore. But if you do have a question, you can email that mailbox or give us a call, and we can answer any questions you might have. Okay, and that is all I have. Not sure if there's any questions. I don't see anything in the chat.
It looks like we just have a couple, Leslie. So the first
Okay.
thing is, uh, will we be getting copies of this presentation? Will Humana be dispersing the slides?
Yep, I will send them over to you, Sarah, to get out to everyone,
Perfect.
along with the Ohio and Kentucky summaries if anybody needs those plans.
Perfect. Thank you. And another question we have is what constitutes a two-person group with you?
Well, I can tell you what doesn't. So we have to have at least, at least a W-2 employee. So, for example, we get questions sometimes about 1099. Will you write a group of all 1099 employees? We will not write a group of all 1099 employees. If we have one W-2, we can write 1099 employees, but we need at least somebody who is a part of that company. We do not write husband and wife groups or owner-only groups. So really, I would say the W-2 is the most important part there, that there is a W-2 employee that is not a spouse, an owner, and we will write those groups. And Tyson, I don't know if I missed anything. I know Tyson and Casey are on the phone. I don't think I missed anything.
Nope, that's about it.
And I think one of the questions we typically do get would be like a family. So if you had one owner that's like the father or the mother, and then they're trying to bring on their child that works for them as well, is that constitute a two-life group?
Yep, that's also fine. I think the part that we get hung up on is the W-2. Otherwise, there's not really a employee-employer relationship, so they wouldn't count as a group.
Perfect. And then this question kind of piggybacks off that, but your participation requirements, I think it's one of the best that's out there for carriers. But can you explain the participation requirements for level funding and then Northern Kentucky Chamber as well?
I can take this, Leslie.
Sure.
We don't have any participation requirements for level funded. We obviously do need more than five or more subscribers. And for the Kentucky Chamber, we don't necessarily have participation requirements, but we will load a group if there's less than 50% participation after waivers. And again, if there's less than 25% participation after waivers, it's a much larger load.
Perfect. Thank you. This one just came in. What about partnership that has no W-2? So that wouldn't work, right?
Right. We'd consider that pretty much an owner-only group.
Correct. And let me see, make sure I'm not missing anything else. And then on your new exciting under dental for the 11/1 effective date, how you're waiving the waiting period. Would you also be waiving that for major services?
It would follow the waiting periods. You know what? Let me check. I always have to look on the guide. It would be it would be considered just like they have prior services, or I'm sorry, prior insurance. So we'll check. I'm pretty sure that it would be waived for those also.
And then Leslie, if you have to, we can get back on that too.
Yeah, I'll double check, but
not waived for voluntary, so that's under 50% participation with us.
Okay. I'll double check. I am like 99% sure that there is no waiting period if you have prior dental, and so now that we're waiving those waiting periods, there would be none for major. But I will double check on that, Sarah. But I'm fairly certain it's waived, period. But I'll double check just to make sure.
Perfect. I think that answers all of our questions that we have for you today. So I greatly, we all greatly appreciate your partnership here. And thank you so much for all that your team does. You have a fantastic team behind us. And that's one of the reasons we love placing business with you. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thanks for inviting us. And I just want to say that if anybody ever needs anything from me, Casey or Tyson, we are here to help you. We are here to help you write business. If we can help you in any way, win business over, just give us a call. We'd be more than happy to do what we can to help.
Perfect. All righty. Well, thanks, Leslie, and your
Okay.
team. And we will have a short little break here while we have get Medical Mutual started. So just hang tight with us for a second and have a great rest of your day, Leslie and Tyson and
Thank
Stacey.
you.
Today, the second portion is going to be with Medical Mutual of Ohio. We have Dan Polk and his team to go ahead and present with us, and very excited to hear what updates they have to share regarding the 2022 year, as well as fourth quarter updates and some exciting product updates here. So, Dan, I do have your presentation ready to go if you want to go ahead and get started.
Sure. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm assuming if somebody can't hear me, they'll say, Dan, you're muted. So I'll just keep on going.
You're good to go.
I'm good to go. All right. Couldn't tell. Good morning, everyone. I am Dan Polk with Medical Mutual. I'm the Vice President of Small Employer Solutions. I just wanted to give you an overall summary of just some of the activities that we have going on in the small group world. If you want to slip to the next slide, we have a pretty full agenda for you. Just be giving you just a quick update on what to expect come fourth quarter and heading into January 1. We have some CDH member experience and engagement updates, FSA, HRA administration updates, and specialty products, and just some open discussion and answer any questions you might have. But first off, I guess, well, if you want to move to the next slide, small group updates. Just wanted to, of course, even though we're at the end of August, well, actually close to the beginning of September, of course, we're heading into the that's right, the dreaded fourth quarter.
Great.
So just to let you know what we have going on as far as the fourth quarter and heading into January 1, we're trying to make it as easy as possible. So not only for all of you, but for my staff as well, and for our underwriters, who can maybe have some kind of a semblance of some calmness around the holidays. So we're trying to do what we can to make it easy for all of you, so that we can accomplish that. Just to give you a little a timeline on fourth quarter and what to expect in fourth quarter 21 heading into 22 for our small group renewal releases, and this would be for COSI MIWA transitional, so it'd be grandmothered, grandfathered. Our plan is to have the renewals released sometime here in the beginning of September. My guess would be it would probably be the week of the 13th. There's a possibility it could be the week of Labor Day, so following the Labor Day holiday. But just listening to the feedback that we received from all of you, the idea of getting the renewals out earlier so we could put a lot of these to bed and just get the ball rolling. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and let's go, right? So that's the idea behind this. So we listen to you. We are releasing those renewals, the beginning part of September. The ACA renewals will be released later in the month. That takes a little bit longer because we have to obviously wait for ODI's approval. So, but that will be coming on later in the month. But I think that's good news, and hopefully it'll help you again in the fourth quarter madness. For the renewal increases, we're pleased with a lot of the results of how the renewals are coming out in 2 to 50. For the COSI MIWA, 75% of the groups in the COSI MIWA are going to be receiving single-digit increases, and of those, a majority of those are going to be 4 or 5% range. The idea behind this, folks, is that again, we're trying to make this easier. We would rather we're trying to make it easier for you to put those to bed. Really, what we did was I told the actuaries, like, look, any margin you have pulled in there, there's always let's build 5 points in for negotiation. 4 or 5%, you should be able to put those to bed. So we just pulled all that out. So hopefully that's going to make it easier for all of you to renew the business. And really with the ones that are getting in the single digit range, what we're hoping is, as I said, that you could put those to bed without any negotiation. Just let's concentrate on the ones that are getting the 10% plus, rather than wasting a lot of time on the single digit. We're pretty happy with the results. Hopefully you are too. So work with Cornerstone is obviously will work with us to bring those to fruition so we can just move on and get going into 2022. As far as the transitional piece goes, same thing. The average increase is probably going to be around a 9.9% increase. It's going to be varied. A good number of the groups are still going to be receiving the single-digit increases. Grandmother will be up a little bit. Obviously, when you have a grandfather block, you're not putting any new business in there, so you don't have any of that new business flush out of the old business, but it's still running, pretty well. So, the same strategy on that. Turnaround times, I would expect quick turnaround times in all fashions, whether it be for new business or the renewal portion of it. As my staff will attest, I'm telling them to all take their PTO now because come fourth quarter, we want to stay fully staffed through the fourth quarter and actually into the beginning part of 2022, because we all know how the madness is. And the last thing we want to do is hold up any type of quoting activity or renewal activity for all of you and your clients. As far as the new business piece goes, good news for the Cincinnati and Dayton area, and really all the where the Cornerstone footprint is, throughout the state. For the Cincinnati region, Toledo region, Cleveland region.
We just lost you, Dan. Dan, can you hear me?
In 2 to 50, and we're really focusing on the Cincinnati area to help us get there. So if there are any questions, I don't know if there's anybody fielding any questions, it would be, just kind of throw them out there. I'll be available during the entire presentation as well. And Sarah Jansen, I believe, is on the line. I think she's going to take the next slide and just kind of go over some of the benefit changes that we're looking at in the COSIMIA with some other value-added benefits as well. Sarah?
Good morning, everybody. As Dan said, I'm Sarah Jansen. I'm the Southwest Small Group Rep that helps you retain through Cornerstone new groups, sales, and also retain your groups. Besides myself, Laura Sturgeon is in the Northeast region of the state. Jen Anglin is in the Northwest, and Sarah Pryor is in Central Ohio. So we're all here to assist your broker advisor team with that. As Dan mentioned, just some other updates, specifically to COSI. We do have some plan changes slotted for January 1st of 2022. Should be able to quote these around the 1st of September. Any of these 3 plans that we will be tweaking, any of the groups that are on the older generation of these plans will be mapped over to renewal. And namely, the changes have occurred to the HSA 2000 EGG. That's going to be increased to a $2,500 single deductible with 5,000 family. In addition, we are tripling the out-of-network deductibles to be more in line with some of our competitors. The out-of-network deductibles are $7,500 and $15,000. The PPO 33,000 is now the PPO 30-3,500, 3,500 single to 10,500 family out-of-network. Same concept occurred there. Your out-of-network deductible is triple to 10,500 and 31,500. And then lastly, HRA 30-3000 is now HRA 30-3500. You guessed it, 3,500 deductible, out-of-network increase to 10,500 again, and 31,500. The other things, as far as application MHQs, standardly throughout the year, Medical Mutual gives 120 days out from the date signed to the requested effective date. That would apply to your form fire groups as well as your easy apps. So know that that's standardly what we permit. We do have some value-added benefits that applies to Cozy Miwa groups with life coverage. EAP going forward will now be included for all groups, Cozy Miwa life coverages at no additional cost. Our vendor is Health Advocate, and it is a 24-hour, 7-day confidential support system for employees and their family members. This service can be performed either through the telephone or a virtual visit administered by Health Advocate. Any additional information that you need about that, please reach out to myself and the other reps throughout the state through your broker advisors, and we can certainly help you with that. And then lastly, this applies to specific to medical mutual dental. Mark and Jeannie will be talking about Superior. The minimum renewal increase for our dental plans have occurred. You know that there's a variety of sponsored, voluntary, open access, dental plans that are available. You also have the option of choosing a $1,000 family annual max, or excuse me, single annual max, or a $1,500 annual max on those plans. However, orthodontia for one life groups was in the past available to your sponsored groups. That's no longer going to be the case. It will be available to other sponsored groups in a larger size segment. But no longer down to one, actually 2 and above. But as far as one life groups, that's no longer going to be available. That pretty much covers my updates. If you want to go ahead and move to the next slide, Sarah. Josh Schneider and Tom Keller will be taking over the HSA, HRA, and FSA medical mutual advantages.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us today. As Sarah pointed out, we're going to talk about our ancillary products today, and we do have the full suite of products for your clients that are looking for either HSA administration, HRA, or Flex. Our medical mutual advantage is that we are on one platform. So when your members log into My Health Plan to look at their claims for medical, they can very simply, easy, single sign on over to our platform, which administers our CDH products. HRA and Flex are available in claims integration or debit card, if you like. We do offer the full suite of Flex products. So if your group's offering a PPO and an HSA product, we can do a regular Flex or a limited purpose Flex, along with parking, transportation, and dependent care all in one spot. It all goes on one card if they have multiple products. It's one fee whether they take one of those products or they take 4 of those products. We're not going to charge on a per account basis. It's a one flat fee. Members can also access their CDH products via our mobile app called Account Link, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. We have very simple reporting that it's canned reporting right off of our employer platform called WealthCare Admin, or we call it WCA. You'll hear that in the marketplace a little bit. Our resources include educational videos, tax savings tips, how to, what's best for me, how much to donate or contribute to an account. We are an all Ohio-based service team. It's not farmed out of state or out of the country. Everything is right here in Ohio. So our customer service team knows exactly who your customers are going after in Ohio when it comes to need and help. We have a very easy, simple onboarding approach for HSA and Flex. We can help get your clients enrolled. There's nothing worse in the fourth quarter when you're trying to implement an HSA and you're trying to get your employees to sign up so you can make that first quarter contribution in January. You want to get it done, and the employee hasn't gone on to sign up for their account yet. With a real simple process that we do, it's a simple spreadsheet we turn back into our consumer-driven health team. They can get those accounts open in a day or 2, depending on the size of the group. And if anyone does fail the Patriot Act information, our customer care team will reach out to your group and help reach out to those members to find out how to get those things cleared up right away. They're also going to get a mailing, but we will step in and help get those accounts open as quick as possible, because we know it's a big deal come January when the employer wants to make that contribution. Whether it's an employer contribution or employee, they want to get it done. If the account's not open, Now that amount has to be pending, and you got to save it for another payroll down the road. And we know that that's just not a good experience for the employer to have to deal with. Next slide. Simple HRA processing, again, we do either claims integration or debit card based. If it's claims based, we're going to pay the provider up front. We're not asking for any seed money into an account. Also on a flex plan, we don't ask for any seed money up front. We get the claim in from the provider. If it's a hospital or provider claim, we're going to pay that provider directly. The EOB is going to show that the HRA has paid, and if there's any member liability, that's what would be left. So the employer or the provider would see that as well. And when the member gets their bill, they can pay the balance off. But the HRA will pay directly to the provider. A drug claim, if it's got major medical drug, the member would have to pay up front at point of service, and they would expect a refund check in probably 5 to 10 days, depending on the submission of the pharmacy getting back to medical mutual. Card-based, we can do card-based all the way down to small group. Even on the embedded products that we offer, the HRA would work on an aggregate basis. But since most of the products in small group are embedded, we can do a card-based for those. We do have quite a few of those in the market for groups that are looking to do that. We do a claim settlement on a daily basis where we would sweep the account from the employer based on the account that they would provide us. They would validate it each day. We would send it to them in the evening and then sweep the next day, so the contact person would get an email and on site. Next slide. So one of the key things that we started looking at a while ago, and something that we heard from you and our group clients in the marketplace, was substantiation. Everybody hates substantiation. It causes a lot of employees to not want to enroll in a flexible spending account. It's a hassle. They have to upload receipts. They have to save receipts. It's a headache. So what we did with the work, our team on board, is we went out and we analyzed over close to a 2-year period in nearly 300,000 transactions and $21 million in card swipes. And what we found was all the work we were doing on the backside to substantiate claims was a substantiation rate of 99.8+% that we were substantiating, including those under $100. So what we decided to do was anything that's under $100, we're going to auto substantiate it and put it in the books, and your members are not going to have to go out and look for those. If it's a low risk merchant, whether it's drug, a hospital, a provider, those claims are also going to auto substantiate. We were looking at claims again, 98+% of those claims are being approved anyway. So we went through, and with our card, we do have Intel built into that where it looks for those providers and merchant category codes to auto substantiate. And those happen automatically. We're not seeing your members shoot and save receipts and look for receipts down the road if we do ask for substantiation. We do include, in our side of it, we are doing random audits since we put this process into place back in May. Some of the groups that we had that were in the 75 to 78% substantiation rate are well north of 90% now. So what does that mean for your members and your clients that are looking for this? It's a lot less substantiation. It's a lot less headaches. It's a lot less headaches on your HR team for your groups, with members coming in going, why'd they turn my card off? I don't understand it. I sent them the receipt. I sent them this. That's a really bad experience, and it does leave a sour taste in people's mouths. So we spent a lot of time in this, looking through, like I said, nearly 300,000 claims. And, we found out what we found, and we've made the changes along with the work of our vendor. And it's been a vast improvement. We just talked to a large group client last week that had a lot of claims over the last couple of years, and they had nearly, in 19 and 20, they had nearly 3,500 phone calls. Over 30% of those calls were substantiation related to the medical mutual. Since we made that change for that client back in May, that call reduction is huge, and it's down to about 12 to 14%. The calls just aren't coming anymore, and the people that are on the inside of it are not getting phone calls to ask for help to say, why can't I get my claim substantiated? Why was my card turned off? We've eliminated a lot of that noise, and your clients are really going to like that and hopefully want to stay involved with a flex plan or an HRA card plan. Next slide. Again, the onboard tools that we have, My Health Plan, members can go out and look at their expenses. My Care Compare is a great tool out there, whether they're looking to have something done, whether they need to get a blood test, whether should they have it at the hospital or should they go to a site down the street somewhere. There's a significant savings in those things. Great tools for your members to use, especially when they're going to be using their dollars potentially. There's a message center out there that says they may have something that's coming up they need to look at. It's targeted right toward them. Again, they can track claims right on My Care Compare or on the expense tracker. Next slide. So when we link over from My Health Plan, like we talked about the single sign-on, a member can go over and they can look at their CDH accounts. And we've got just an HRA account right here to look at, but as soon as they log in, they see what their available balance is, they can see what they've spent so far. They can see to the right when it was deposit made, if there was a card swipe, was it approved, was it denied, is it pending, is it looking for substantiation potentially. And again, those substantiation requests are going to be a lot lower now, but the employee can see exactly what they card swiped on, what they did, what the date was, if the transaction was denied or not. The things they're going to find in the denial department now are going to be simple items like, if someone goes in for glasses for their child and they buy the warranty program, it's $35 for the year. The warranty is not a covered expense, so that would be something we'd be looking for a transaction on. So you might see a denial or a pending in that spot right there for that type of a transaction, or teeth whitening potentially would be a decline or a denied transaction as well. If they have multiple accounts in a flex account where it has my accounts, you can see those little arrows for the drop down that are there. You can click on that and it would show you your regular flex account, a dependent care account, a parking account, potentially a transportation account as well. But they would all be right there. Again, simply located and single signed on right over from My Health Plan right into this tool. So it's really nice. It's a great feature. It eliminates the multiple logons, multiple passwords. Where do I go? Where do I find it? One more slide for me, I think, is our Account Link mobile app. Same features as the page we just looked at, but it's mobile. It's right in your hands. Members can submit a claim through their mobile app. It's got access right to your camera on your phone. That's one of the best things about it when you're looking for substantiation. When you're at a provider or you get the bill in the mail, just take a picture of it with your camera. It's on your camera roll for later on if we ask for it. You can always go back and find it very easily. Most people have their phone on them 24/7 now. If you need to submit a claim manually, if you were out of state and you didn't have your debit card with you, you had to pay with another source, you can actually load it right through your mobile app and upload it to our CDH team, and they will process that claim within 48 to 72 hours, I think is their time frame. Most of it's quicker than that. It does get a little hairy at the beginning of the year when people have got fresh dollars in their flex account. It might take toward the 72-hour mark, but it's usually quicker than that. One of the really nice features that this has is it has a QR reader. It's built right in. You just have to pull it up. You don't even have to download an app to get the QR code reader. Nothing more frustrating than when you're at a drugstore and you go in line and you get to the register and find out that the item you want to purchase is not flex eligible or HSA eligible. You can stand in the aisle, pull your phone out, use the QR reader, scan the barcode, and it'll tell you if that item is HSA or FSA eligible right then and there. It looks for any 213D expense related item as a yes or a no. A common one that pops up all the time is sunscreen or suntan lotion. Sunscreen does qualify, suntan lotion does not. It's usually the SPF 30 mark that will qualify as a screen or a lotion above or below. So this is just a really nice feature that when you know you go in line to pay for something, it'll come right out and pay for it and not deny that transaction for that eligible expense. The card's also smart enough that if you go into your local drugstore and you do find your items that are qualified, and you also have, I don't know, a package of cookies, a bag of candy, or something else you get picked up, when you go to do the card swipe, it'll just take the 213D expenses as an eligible expense and card swipe and use that item, and then it will leave you a balance to pay for your other item. Again, so a nice feature. You're not trying to pick apart substantiation down the road, and the card is smart enough to know that cookies don't pass the bill, but sunscreen does. So nice feature built into the app, and it's ready to go. That's it for my portion. Are there any questions before I hand it off to Jeannie?
Nope, I think we're good for now.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Jeannie Fueling. I am Director of Specialty Products at Medical Mutual, as well as Superior Dental Care. And so I have joined these calls prior to talk about some of our other specialty products, our Med Mutual Dental, our Life, our STD and LTD, as well as our Indemnity and Vision products. But today we are going to showcase our products, our small group dental products under Superior Dental Care. And so, and for those of you in the southwest corner of the state, may be more familiar with Superior Dental than with Med Mutual Dental. So that is why we feel it is important to continue to offer the Superior Dental plans directly through Superior Dental. The good news is, as these products will still count towards a dental product sale under the overall GA agreement. And so I'm going to turn this over to Mark O'Quinn. Those of you in the Cincinnati, Miriam may have met Mark in the past, but Mark is going to give you an overview of our small group products at Superior Dental. Mark?
Thank you, Jeannie. So as Jeannie said, I cover our Cincinnati and Kentucky market for Superior Dental. Some of you may be familiar with Jeremy Schultz as he covers our Dayton and Indiana. Tim Johnson was the representative before me that covered Cincinnati, and now he actually covers our Columbus market. And if any of you are familiar with our client services team, you may have worked with Shannon Ford, our client director, or Melissa Smith, our manager of account services. And then the account coordinators that you will typically hear back from when you email our account services team, Alicia Barger, Lauren Schneider, and Terry Eichhorn. So here's a snapshot of our 2022 Ohio shelf rates. We do have some good news that the 2022 shelf rates will actually see a 5% reduction in the 21 shelf rates, which were actually also revamped. So we will see a richer benefit as well as some more competitive pricing, which is good for your members and your group employers. So what's nice about our small group dental is that the rate sheet is a little bit easier to read. In the past, we gave you all the percentages and asked you all to do the math. This is mapped out a little bit easier. It gives you the rates and decrements for you to kind of compare on your own. However, if you are going to a client and you want to showcase a couple options, the rate sheet that you see here can still be a little complicated for people who don't work in the insurance world. So we actually do have a small group rate calculator on our website. Anyone can access it. You don't need to log in, but you are able to pick which plan you'd like to show, pick which maximum if you'd like to add orthodontia, and then you can also type in the group name as well as the effective date and give them kind of a shelf rated but personalized plan summary that is a little more easy to read when presenting. These shelf rates do include a richer standard coverage of services that do include perio and sealants in basic, as well as implants in major. I know that's a big one. Many shelf rated products don't always include implants. We were a dentist owned company, so we do try to look out for the best interest of our members. With these shelf rates as well, you need a minimum of 10 enrolled to add orthodontia. However, if you add orthodontia, there is no age limit. So adult ortho is included with any shelf-rated plan that's Ohio, Kentucky, or Indiana, as long as you have 10 enrolled. Okay, and also the rates shown show a 50% participation and 50% employer contribution. Again, if you want voluntary rates, you add 10%, and that's where the small group rate calculator comes in handy. If you look at the gray portion above all the rate decrements, it kind of maps out when you need to add 10% and when you don't. So that'll help you. But most of the information that you need to rate groups is all right here in the snapshot. Any questions before I move forward? I know that's a lot of info.
Not yet.
Okay. So on the next page is a snapshot of our Superior Vision rates. So our Superior Vision 22 rates have actually not been printed yet. They are still exactly the same as the 21 rates. That's what you're seeing here. So the same two plan options for 22 will be the same as for 21. We do have one bill capability, and it's the same service team. So if they're doing standalone dental, you can bundle with Superior Vision, and the rates that you see here will come with the bundling discount. So because these plans are only able to be offered if a Superior Dental plan is offered, these rates are essentially already bundled dental rates, and they come in very, very cheap. I believe the voluntary dental rate on the high plan, it starts around $5. As far as network goes for Vision, they do have Superior Vision does have a very wide network in both retail and private. So that includes Sam's, Target, Walmart. Oh, I'm sorry. LensCrafters, Wing, and then as well as the local providers, Wing Eye Care, Clarkson Eye Care, so on and so forth. It's important to note these rates do go up to 1,000 enrolled. It's different with our dental shelf rates. They go up to 50 enrolled. These Vision shelf rates will go all the way up to 1,000 enrolled. You got to move to the next one. So our service is really our biggest advantage. It seems like every insurance carrier now has a dental product, and they all have a dental network, but not every insurance carrier has a dental team like we do. One fun fact, to be on our member services team, you actually must have prior experience working in a dental office. So when your members call into Superior Dental Care and ask for help, they will speak to someone who has worked in a dental office, either as a dental hygienist, worked at the front desk. And reason for that is to be able to explain it in layman's terms. They can turn calls over quicker, and we typically have a first call resolution because of that. Not just our member services team is stellar though. If you've worked with us before, our account services team are very responsive, and they get things handled within 24 hours more often than not. And with our acquisition with Medical Mutual, we've actually seen a growth in lots of our service teams as well. So what was good is only getting better, and we intend to keep it that way. One of our biggest areas of growth internally has actually been our dental network team. So they recruit on behalf of your members, as well as foster the relationships of our current providers, making sure that they're pleased with how we're working with them, and that they intend on staying with our network. And the network is something that's very easy to use. Now I'll go into that in more detail later as well. So as far as underwritten groups go, we do need a minimum of 50 enrolled. Like I said, the shelf rates go up to 50 enrolled, and they are very competitive. But if there is more than that, we are able to underwrite. We do offer what we call a maximum advantage plan. It's similar to a rollover benefits. However, it's a lot easier to use. It comes with a 3-year rate guarantee. And how it works is the annual maximum will increase by $250 for each year after the first year. So all members on the plan will receive the increase in benefit. You don't need to apply for the increase. And even new members or new employees that join in the second and third year will all come in at the same benefit. So it's easier administration on the member, on the HR, and on us. And finally, the reason I'm here is one of our biggest advantages for your group is our bundling discounts with Medical Mutual. So current MMO groups that don't have dental, if you ask for a dental quote, will work with the account manager and the medical underwriting to try to decrease medical premiums when SDC is added. And then groups that are new to MMO and new to SDC will work together to try to create some sort of bundle opportunity. So finally, in summation, the things you need to remember the most is that our shelf rates will go up to 50 enrolled, and then after that we will underwrite. As far as our dental network goes, it's one of the largest in the countries. We do have a national network that we rent, as well as a local network that we recruit on, and they act as one. So it's a lot easier on your members. They don't need to remember if they have an HMO plan or a PPO plan. They don't need to know if it's a premier dentist or a PPO dentist. Our network works either you're in or you're out. They don't need to select which network when they go to our website. It's frankly, members don't always pay the closest attention to dental networks. So it's the easier to use, the better. They can find it on our website. They can find it on our mobile app. And if they're currently have a dentist that is not in our network, they can actually send that name to us, and we'll send that dentist a personalized recruitment packet that'll list the group's name, the member's name, and say, on this person's behalf, they've requested that you join our network. It's not just a generic packet. It's much more personal, and we actually get a lot better response from that. In addition to our large network, all of our underwritten and our small group members will receive all of our value-added benefits. So these can be accessed on our mobile app as well as our website, at least more information. But how it works is we do have discounts on prescriptions. I've even heard of people using it on things like their dog, like antibiotics for their dog. So it's anyone in the family that can benefit from it, as well as discounts on cosmetic dental services like teeth whitening and vision services. Vision hardware. So the iMed vision discount is separate from the Superior Vision Insurance. It works on just hardware like like eyeglasses and contacts. The iMed discount card is used on the mobile app. It's not sent with the vision insurance card. We try to keep it away so it doesn't confuse members. And then also one of our best value adds is our free second opinions. So for those members who haven't been to a dentist in a long time and they want to make sure they're getting quoted fairly and priced, make sure they need the work, we will offer free second opinions for any large amount of work that is make sure that they're trusting their dentist that they'll be going to from there forward. So finally, I've touched on our bundling and our service. All of our services have no waiting periods, no missing tooth clause, and even our ortho with new SDC groups, we have the opportunity to reset the lifetime benefit if they do need a second application of braces. So ortho can be a very expensive piece, especially if you need it for a second time. So new SDC groups have the opportunity to reset the ortho advantage. Now I know I threw a absolute tidal wave of information at you guys. So if you have any questions, we do have time to answer a few. So.
Thank you. So we actually do have a couple. So the first thing is, do you offer any unlimited plans, or is like is 2,000, 1,500 the highest you go?
We do not offer any unlimited plans, but we do. Yeah, we have done $2,000 benefits, $1,500 benefits, but we do not offer unlimited maximums now.
Thank you. And to clarify for the ortho requirement, is it 10 minimum for ortho, or just if we want the adult ortho? Is there a different minimum for just covering children?
There is not a different minimum. The adult ortho is included. So you will always need 10 enrolled to add ortho. And if you add ortho, there is no age limit.
Thank you. And lastly, do you cover husband and wife groups?
We will cover a husband and wife group, but they must enroll as 2 single subscribers. So if they enroll if they want to enroll as an employee spouse, we cannot cover them. But if they are, obviously on the same work for the same employer and they enroll into single subscribers, we can.
Great. That's awesome. Okay, thank you. I think that's all of our questions for now.
Okay, great.
Oh, is that back to me? I'm sorry. This
It's
is
back
Dan.
to you. Yep.
Okay,
It looks
well,
like it is.
well, we kind of blew through that in about 40 minutes, which is good, but it does leave us time to answer any other questions you might have on any of the materials we talked about. So, I don't know. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the support. We're looking forward to busting out into 2022 with, some good activity from all of you. We appreciate Cornerstone for giving us setting up the time for us as well. So, any questions? We just kind of hang on a little bit, and then Sarah, we'll just kind of leave it up to you as to when to sign off.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. And really, I kind of wanted to just touch on your cozy product and the fact that you do go down to one life, and also the fact that the ancillary benefits are that group could qualify. Do you want to speak to that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, we do. Really one of the it's really one of the larger segments that we have too within the cozy MUA is the sole proprietor. Is a sole proprietor, so we do sell to groups of one. It has to be a true group of one, and it is open to all of our ancillaries. There is a change in Sarah Jansen. I don't know if you mentioned it in your presentation regarding the dental and the ortho in the groups of one, but
Yes, we did. We covered that, Dan.
we covered that. So, but that is that's definitely an area that we have been very competitive in. So yeah, please keep that in mind too as you're looking at your January business.
Right, and if your groups do want that ancillary added, you can definitely do that off renewal, and it's a pretty easy process as well. That ancillary typically would renew with the medical if you do add it offline,
and having it all,
there.
yes, and having it all again, having it all on one invoice, aside from on the SBC portion, we're working on that, but having it all on one invoice certainly is certainly is an added benefit as well.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, so we have a couple more questions rolling in now. So the first one, will we be getting this slide deck? Dan, would you like me to send this out, or?
Yeah, I don't think it would be an issue. Let me go back and take a look at it, and Sarah, we could just
Okay.
touch base again and just make sure if there's any edits that need to be done, and then we'll make something available to everyone.
Perfect. And then one last question: is Invisalign covered with the ortho product for Superior Dental?
Yes, sorry, I couldn't get unmuted.
Thank you. Great. Okay, I think that's all we have for now. I'll just leave it open for maybe about 5 more minutes, and if anyone has anything else to add. Thank you so much. And Medical Mutual, thank you for joining us today. We really love working with you guys. You guys are on top of things, and we really appreciate everything you do for Cornerstone and our brokers. We love the cozy product. We love your ACA rates have been very competitive lately. I think that's something that's really working for our brokers as well. So we appreciate it.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the time. And like I said, we'll hang on for a couple minutes to see if there are any other questions that people think of, that anybody thinks of out there. And let's good luck in the fourth quarter. Like I said, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for everyone. So please take advantage of that. And
Perfect.
let's looking forward to a good 2022 as well.
Okay, I think that concludes our session. So thanks so much for everybody for joining us today, and I wish you to have a great rest of your week. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.